conscious of that. So it goes again to breaking the cycle of having any kind of aggression at all. We have to, they are role models. So, you know, that's the other thing that's we're so like, what the fuck were you thinking in terms of the show? Is that here's the two young, you know, they were perfect. I mean, they were just absolutely perfect role models. So to not get even that was strange. So it's about role models.
I think we have time for one last
One
question.
or two.
One or two, if
There we go.
Hi, I like STEM comes back. We're us who are here. We're dedicated to learning treatiselessly. Look at that crew. But my question is, so we started off with things like, at least, you know, I'm very young. So we started off with like Xena, then we went, you know, we had Buffy,
Yes.
and then we got into, you know, and then, you know, we got into now, like, you know, we have Orphan Black and all these types of shows. We always see like this good path starting for our LGBT plus characters, but then somewhere along the line it always goes off track, and we see this change. Like, what advice do you have for, especially some of us in here that might want to start writing or being actors or anything like that involved in the community? What advice do you have to make sure that it stays on track?
Can you define on track?
Like, doesn't end up in like death or in a stereotypical like
dying or
sad like lesbian story, you know, like it's just they start off as like our quote unquote Sandra-centric episode was like spoilers, you know, so how can we stop that from happening?
Well, it's also a really, really good question, and it's incredibly difficult to do. The answer is do it and get as much feedback as humanly possible. Like, share with everyone. So what Alvin Poussant, the African-American man in the clip there, he was on, this is going to be a little bit controversial, so I apologize, but he was the script consultant on The Cosby Show for all 8 seasons. He reviewed every single script but 2 in 8 seasons, and Cosby gave him license to change anything in the writing. And this was a group of all white male writers, so they were not psyched about this at the beginning. But then they realized that he was enriching their experience, their knowledge, and the characters. You know, if you look back at that show, it's incredibly rich. You know, they're authentic characters. So the first thing is feedback, really. I just want to add like a corollary to that, something that I realized, because I'm stupid, I should have realized this a long time ago, is that when the writers are writing a show, so let's say it takes them 6 months to write the show, right? In the first 6 episodes, they are writing in a vacuum. They don't know who the actors are going to be. They don't know if they're going to have chemistry. They don't know if the scenes really work. They don't know if the pace is going to be, you know, faithful. If the director is going to like get it. So they actually have to imagine in 360. And how hard is that? It's really, really hard, especially when you don't know who the cast is. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. And I'm going to give the writers a break in terms of that. I'm going to try to get that conversation into the film because we do want to do this. I want you to do that. So the other part of the answer is do it. Like, everybody write something, film something, act in something, just do it. But you are going to run into this thing with a script, you know, writing in a vacuum, where if you don't know who the cast is going to be, you don't know if it's going to work.
I also, just to add on, I also think it's an issue of queerbaiting. And just writers and whoever's in charge of the social media is being more held accountable for what they're going to say. Like, they shouldn't have said it was a Sanders-centric episode in the first place. And it was like 307 when they called it a groundbreaking episode. Like, this sort of stuff shouldn't happen just because they're trying to get all of us to watch it. And I think that in itself is an issue. Luckily, there's a lot of panels about queerbaiting. So yeah, I think it's also an issue outside of representation as well.
And be self-reflective, you know, always question yourself, surround yourself with people who don't always agree with you, because you have to have a 360 perspective. You can't throw people under the bus, it doesn't work.
Awesome, so we're almost out of time. I'm gonna wrap it up really quick. I'm gonna give you some cool shit. We have 3 sets of Clexa buttons, and I have 3 questions. I'm gonna get people to put their hands up. I don't want anyone yelling out answers, because I know you all know the answers. Be real.
Can I participate?
No. All right, here's my first question. So hands up, and I will get you to yell it out because I'm not getting down again. It's very far. What were the first words that Lexa ever spoke? Girl, super good man. Super girl. I'm gonna go with girl. Girl. Yell it out.
So you're the one first reason to
No.
This one right here.
When she was pretending to be.
No.
Wow, disappointed.
No. Are we wrong?
It was when she was in the
You're right.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm pretty sure.
What did she say?
Really?
No, she says, yeah? So
Oh, yeah.
close. She
It
says,
was-
they want justice.
Oh
She's
yeah,
so
they want
good.
justice.
They want justice.
Yeah.
And then
No,
she's
I
like,
get the badge. I get the badge.
Yeah. No one can remember the order.
Awkward fandom moment. Don't put that in the thing.
fake fans. You have fake fans. Someone make up another question because I still have 3 of these things. Okay, please. If they're all too hard, I'm gonna. Okay. How many circles are in Lexa's back tattoo? Hands up.
Oh come on, everyone
Yeah,
knows
Lexa,
that.
Lexa, please.
How about the girl who has the tattoo?
Actually, this is awful.
What did she say? There's 7.
You got it.
She was just 7. I was like, where's it?
She's like, I got the wrong tattoo on my back.
Oh my god.
They don't have it. They don't have a tattoo.
Who's got the tattoo?
You can have the third one. There you go. Alright, the last question. And please, you've got to get this one.
It's like,
What is the name of the episode where Clexa shared their first kiss?
no.
Not the number, the name, yes.
Bodyguard of Lies.
Got it.
That was fast.
She answered it very fast. 3 minutes. Question. Oh, one more. Yeah, we can do another question.
Right here.
You have a question?
I wanted to know what everybody thought about what Jason Rothenberg killing Lexa, then going on to do the same to Lincoln, the leading black character in the show.
That was a hard scene too.
Because
Everybody hated him after that. Like, the whole world hated him.
He was a coward. He was a coward after that episode.
yeah.
Especially not to have the sensibility to understand that putting a black man on his knees with his hands chained behind his back and shooting him in the head.
What the hell?
Yeah. That was bad.
That was more issues, like behind the scenes, right? 'Cause with
We
the
got
actors.
time for
Anyway,
one more. I'm actually not even sure if he's still alive. Actually,
they're all dead.
Hey guys, he's dead.